everybody, how we doing today? It's Cindy Utter with my artsy endeavors. Okay, today we're working on our I Am book. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Dina Wakley paints today, and I decided to use my blenders here, my Ranger blenders. So I'm just going to put some new little cotton doodads on here. And what we're going to use is we're going to use some Dina Wakley. We've got heavy lemon. We've got lemon, magenta, and lime. We're going to use these colors today. And you know, I always try to do a theme or a word or something of that nature. And you know, I was thinking about it today, thinking, what am I going to do? And you know, the only thing that kept coming to my head was art. Okay, I'm doing art, and I know I'm doing art. I understand that, but so I just, you know what? Art right now is a huge part of my life. So we're just going to start working on the art. So I believe today is going to be based about art. So I just decided to take a little bit of these Dina Wakley paints, and I just love their color. I love their vibrancy. Just such beautiful colors. So I'm just going to get them all blended out here, spread them out a little bit with my little tool. Now I'm going to take the green, the lime I should say. Actually, I'm going to need more lime, but let's get out what we got down here. And I'm just looking at this to be kind of a pale, more like a pastel type page. We'll see. That's, you know, what my thought is to start, but you never know. May end up something totally different, right? I know there's a lot of us, when we start a page, we might have an idea in mind of what we think it's going to look like, but honestly, do yours turn out that way every time? I know mine don't. Alright, now I'm going to I've got to have some of this pink in here, just because it's so pretty. My gosh, can you believe it? My heat just turned on here in the house. It must be getting chilly outside. A little bit of pink down here. Need a little bit more. Just want a nice light cover on here. And just because I can, I want to throw a little bit right there. Maybe a little bit right here. Okay. Alright, I like it. So now what I'm going to do is I've got some stencils laid out over here to see what I'm going to work with. The first I'm going to work with, I believe this is a Dilutions. And I'm actually going to put some paint on my palette. Going to do some of my pink. Some of the lime, and some of the lemon. And we're going to play with some stencils. So let's start out with our pink, and let's throw some circles in here. Love it. How cool is that, right? Now let's work on some lime. Get a little bit more lime on here. And we'll throw some up here. And now I'm going to go to the lemon. Love it. It's just nice and calming, and I like the looks of it. I want to go back in with a little bit of, let's go back in with the lime right here. A little bit more green in there. That's awesome. Let's see, we'll put a little bit more right there. All right, that's beautiful. All right, just kind of let them dry up a little bit. What's great about using these tools is you're actually spreading the paint so thin that it pretty much dries. It doesn't take much to get it dry. So, all right. Now what I'm going to do is, I was going to go with a couple more focal on top, but I want to do something more decorative again. That's an idea. So I'm just going to look through my stencils here and see if anything that catches my eye, something that may calm down the bubbles a little bit, but yet still leave them there so we can see them. Let's see. I like this kind of coral looking stencil I have here. My stencils don't like to stay where they are. Oh, I like this. Would that work? You know what, that would be kind of cool. Let's try it. And again, I'm going to use the same colors here. Only this time, let's see, going over that, I'm going to use the lemon. Maybe. Let's go on here with the pink. Put that quite dark there. Oh, I like it. Now I'm going to go back in with that lime, and let's see what we've got right about here. Alright, so I've got a little bit of the yellow, or the lemon. You can't really see that down there. Let me see. See, there's the little bit of the lemon and the lime. I'm liking it. I like it so far. Let's take a little bit more of that lemon, and let's just use this right here. Okay, there we go. How about a little bit over here in the corner? Okay. All right, so I like those. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this up real quick, and we're going to go on to the next step. Alright, so this is pretty well dry, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to introduce another color, and I'm going to use the Dina Wakley, and it's Sky. Same thing, I'm going to take my Ranger blending tool here, and this time I'm going to just do some words. And you know what? That's okay. I'm going to leave that there. Love. Dream, right? Let's throw create in here. Just need a little bit more. Journal, we all journal, right? When we do our art journals. Part of our I am, that's what it is it's an art journal. It makes us happy, right? Love these words. These words are fantastic. This is a Crafter's Workshop stencil. Okay. Let's see. Let's do Imagine. Where are we going to put Imagine? Let's put Imagine right here. Part of it. We don't have it all. That's okay. And I think I'm going to leave that. What do you think? I've got love, dream, create, imagine, happy, and journal. Okay, I'm going to dry these up, and then we'll show you what we're going to do for a focal point. Okay, so now I have this stamp, pardon me, that I recently purchased, and I really love her. I think she's great. So what I did is I stamped her out with archival ink onto a just plain piece of copy paper. And then I decided to color her with my Spectrum Noir. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put her through my Xyron station so we get her sticky, because I don't want to get these markers wet. So we are going to put her, I just thought she was beautiful. Whoops. Stay on there. No, let's try it this way. Okay. Let's take her. Get her off the sticky, but keeping the sticky on her. It's a little bit harder with just plain computer paper rather than cardstock, but it just happens to be what I had at hand at the time. So that's what I decided to use. And I'm just pulling her off. Okay, and she is actually going to go right here. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, now I am going to take my Uniball Signo, which is a white pen, and I'm just going to work a little bit on some dots and dashes and just give her a little bit more decoration maybe. Let's see, do the buttons in the eye holes in the buttons, and I think that's it for right now. Maybe a little bit of highlight in her eye. Okay, and let's see, let me get my other piece out. I think I'm going to put a stamp right here, and I'm going to do it with black archival ink. So let me grab that. We'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I got out my stamp that I want to use. And this stamp actually says, "The secret of life is in art." This is a deep red stamp. I believe I ordered it from Blitzy, maybe. That's where I tend to get a lot of my stamps from. Now, before I stamp this, I am going to take the black off the edges that I just over stamped on here. Let's try that again. And hopefully, let's see, let's turn it right side up this time, right? So I'm going to put that right here. Let's see how well it turns out. I am going to put my hand under here because I do have this book opened kind of strange, and I just want to make sure I get the whole impression. And it's a little bit blurry. We'll work with it. No worries. Okay, so I want that to dry, and it is. It's kind of blurry, but that's all right. Maybe I shouldn't have put it on there, but I did. Hey, whatever. Okay, so now while that dries, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go around her, and I'm going to do this with the Stabilo because I just kind of want her to stand out a little bit more. I just want a little bit of a shadow behind her. Not doing, you know, I'm not being real careful. I want to put some blackness around here. Just some dark. And I actually want to color that in black, so I will do that. Around her paintbrushes. It's funny, she's got paintbrushes in her hair. She has a thing of thread down here. She's got several buttons. She's just kind of cool. She's like an everyday artist. Okay, so I just want to, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. Just kind of give her a little bit of shadow around her. It's funny because now that I put that stamp on there, I really wish I hadn't. This here. But that just shows you that, you know, I'm keeping it real. If I could think of a very creative way to cover it up, I probably would. But right now it's just going to stay there and we're going to work with it, right? So and I want this right here dark. Don't know why, but I had planned that when I cut it out. Okay. Alright, now she still needs color in her eyes. Let's give her blue eyes. That sound like a plan? I'm going to use just a regular Sharpie. I'm just going to give her some blue eyes here. And the Sharpie will work for a couple minutes over top of paint, but then it gets fussy. There we go. Now she's got some blue eyes. Okay, what are we going to do with this little mess right here? We need to do something. I want to cover it up. I don't like it. So, I am actually going to get out my tags. Let's see what we can do. I've got a box here with some tags in it. Most of them are just backgrounds. Okay. And I'm going to cover up the create and the happy. Let's see what we can do here. Now I'm doing this on the fly. Thinking. Let's see, what are we going to do? Nope. So that's going to cover up all those words that I did, and I don't really want to cover them all up. So, no. Alright, we may or may not use that. We'll just see what happens. Alright, let me think about this. You know, I am going to put this down here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to journal on here. And what I'm going to journal is how I feel art has made my life these things. How I love to do art, I dream of different things to do, how I journal. It makes me happy to create and to imagine. So that's what I'm going to do, but let me, there's a couple other things I want to get before I put this down, so let me do that and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I figured it out. This is what we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is take this little piece of card that I did, and I want to put a little piece of this rickrack on it because I don't want it quite so plain. So I'm just using the Aliens Tacky Glue. And I'm going to put on a small piece of this rickrack in the pink. Okay, this button is going to go on right here. So I'm just going to put down some tacky glue, put this button on right there. Okay. This is going to end up going right here on the page. Alright, so now the next thing I want to do, because I was just looking at the page and I need more. So I found this little piece of lace that I really happen to like. And I realize let me see if I want to do it up here. See, I like the lace, but I don't want it up there. I want it down here. What I want to do is I want to put this piece of lace down, and then I found this, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a string of beads, only they have hearts on them. And I think it would be really neat to incorporate these somehow, maybe even in just small. I don't have to do the whole strand. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this lace down. And I'm just using the Aleene's tacky glue. That side's got a better. That might help if I actually stuck it in the glue, huh? Yeah, it would. Yeah. Let's put the glue where the actual lace is going to be instead of where the holes are. Yay! Sorry, that was just my phone telling me somebody's live on Periscope. I have to figure out how to get that shut off. Not shut off, but turned down, whatever. I like it. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut that off there. We're gonna let that dry. Now this guy is actually gonna go right there, so I'm going to tacky glue it. Ooh, I like that side better. Huh, should have turned it over, huh? That's alright. And this is how you correct mistakes that you make. You figure out just a way to work around them. Because I think putting that stamp on here was definitely a mistake. I was thinking it was going to be a bigger, I don't know, whiter color. So now I still want some of these on here. So you know what? I'm going to put them right there. I don't even know where I got these little beads from, but I really like them, and I haven't seen anything like it since. And I just think they're so cute with the little hearts on them. And okay, now I know I haven't done this in a while, especially on a journal page, but I really want to blacken in these edges. Just darken it up a little bit around the edges. Much better. And now I'm actually going to take my Stabilo. This will stay down, it's just going to take it a little bit. I'm going to take my Stabilo, I want to go around this. Tag, or small tag I should say. Okay, the other thing I'd like to do, I want to, but I'm kind of hesitating on it because I still have more pages to go in this journal and I don't really want it to get too lumpy. I would love to put a bunch of bling around this. And actually, you know what? I can. I recently purchased these. I have glitter. I have. They're called the Perlant pens by Viva. I seem to really like their products. So I do have these, and what we can do, that's actually more of a purple. Let's do a pink. You know, I can just put a little bit of color and maybe some of these circles here, right? And a pink circle here. And I think this will give me that pop that I'm looking for. Here's a little bit of glitter glue. This is just a, it says German glitter. So I'm just going to go over Dream and glitter. Just throw a little bit on. Doesn't have to be crazy. So we have some sparkle. Love it. Knew I got these pens. I just keep, they're over actually on my paint desk. I'm not quite sure why, but I keep forgetting to use them. And I like using, I'm just making sure I'm not putting my hand in anything. I'm gonna go on the love. Just throw down some glitter. Okay. Dream love, we're actually going to do it to the happy as well. Okay. And let's see, what else do we have? What's this one? This is just a pearl pen. Woo! Okay, we don't want to pearl that much. Let's just do a couple little dots of pearl. Alright, I apologize everybody. That was a call I had to take. Okay, so I'm still working on this. We're going to put some more, I really want some more of this glitter in here. Okay, and my pearl pen, I was actually starting to work on just putting some little dots in the flowers, just to make them pop here and there. Okay, and then I also have another color here. This is a pastel green that I really like. I like this color. So I'm going to fill these buttonholes with the pastel green. What else? Let's just take and do a... just because I can. Alright, I like her. One last thing I'm going to do, as long as I don't put my hand in anything wet, still her eyes, there we go. Get a little bit of white in her eyes. Okay, so basically, like I said, I'm going to actually journal, do some personal journaling on here about what makes me happy with my art. And, you know, I enjoy creating. I really do. It's just a lot of fun to play with the different mediums, and it's becoming, it's part of who I am. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's I Am page. As always, be kind, have fun, that's what life's all about. And if you have any questions, comments, please put them below. I'll be glad to answer them for you. And as always, happy creating. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.